Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back. We are back again with this time a shootout between the what do you call this thing again? Oh yeah, it's a Lewit MTP 250DM. Okay, so I haven't memorized it yet. Give me a break. But I did get this one, the Shure SM58. So I went back to Long McQuaid, tidied up some stuff, and while I was there, I rented the SM58 because I did mention I was going to do this. Now, the SM58 right now is on sale at Long McQuaid for $125, regular about $139 I think it was. Anyway, same price as the Lewit. And we're going to figure out which one is actually best suited, especially to my requirements, because I do have that really beautiful condenser mic that's on my mic stand on the boom, and I'm not going to set that up on my desk because, well, there's just no point. It has a different purpose. So, for anything I want to do on the desk from this point on, I actually thought, well, instead of having that, USB Shure MPV studio mic, which is quite nice, don't get me wrong, I did trade it in though. Because I figure, you know what, if I'm going to have a much better quality mixer with much more features, I really do need a better microphone. And hey, I might want to sit here and do some stuff on my MIDI keyboard or whatever, and I want a more closer up, more personal sound, so, and better quality vocal sound for even just chit chatting with you guys. And what better way to do that than to have an actual technically a real microphone, right? You know what I mean? The other advantage too is, it does encourage me that much more to keep using my mixer because anytime I want to yak with you guys, I've only got two options. The built-in mics on my phone, which is, by the way, doing our continuity camera here, and they're good. Don't get me wrong, they are really good mics, same as the mics on my iPad. But when I want to do something with continuity camera or camera, period, I'm going to be using my iPhone and for a lot of this stuff. And I can choose whatever audio device I want in place of the built-in mics. So kind of handy, shoot the video on your phone and have really good quality sound in your mics. Anyway, so right now we are running the Lewit mic. It is the one that is up and running currently. These things are probably further away from me than they should be because, they are proximity because they are dynamic microphones after all. But they do pick up audio quite well, especially for this particular purpose. And so I'm probably about, I don't know, maybe close to a foot away. Or maybe not quite a foot, but pretty close anyways, without taking out a measuring tape. Anyway, so let's switch over here to the SM58 and let's see how it sounds in comparison. All right, and now we are on the SM58. Wow, there you go. Now, I do have to cut out of this video in a moment so I can go check the audio difference between the two. But before I do that, I think we really deserve these things a chance to see how well they can pick up a guitar. Now, we already know that the Lewit mic from our last video with the Lewit, which actually accidentally went up against my PGA 48, which is now currently sitting in a million pieces on my desk. I'm going to have to actually bypass the power switch because it finally cacked it in. And I checked a video on this and how that thing came apart, and I thought, all right, that's not so bad. And apparently, of course, this is a known problem with having a switch on a microphone die a lot, which I kind of figured it would anyway. Eventually, I've had that thing for a long time. Not that it's had very much use, mind you, but I've had it for a long time, and age alone can just go, yep, and that's it. So we will actually set that mic back up shortly once I repair that. So probably won't be today. But anyways, so now you got a pretty good idea of the voice difference between the Lewit and now with the Shure SM58. And as far as settings go, the faders are set, I would say, pretty darn identical. And we got the identical amount of gain set too. So they're sitting right around 2 o'clock on each mic. Because they are dynamic mics, they do require a lot more gain. And by the way, do keep an eye out on your cables too, because if you are having problems with getting gain to come through even on a dynamic mic, your cable could be going bad. And I found out that I did have a cable that was going a little snaky. So I put a new cable on and absolute perfecto. Anyways, let's grab the guitar, have a little bit of fun, see what happens. We are going to go to the Lewit mic first, though. All right, here's our Lewit mic. And now the SM58 by Shure. All right, and it's at this point of the game that I need to take a hike for a moment and go check out the audio myself, and I will give you my full opinion as to which one I feel is better. You can give me your own as well, and we'll continue on from there. All right, sound good? All right, instant for you. All right, guys, we're back, and I'm running both mics at the same time for this last little section. That should mess with your mind a little bit at least. Anyways, I went back, checked. Vocally, there's definitely a slight difference between the Lewit and the SM58. Lewit does have a little wee bit more punch, okay? And that's to be expected. It's only 280 ohms, where we're at 300 ohms on the SM58. So 20 ohms makes a little bit of a difference, okay? Without getting into all that hertz and kilohertz stuff, we're not even going to worry about it. I actually had a chat with the guy today at Long McQuaid, and he said you need to be more concerned about the ohms than anything. The lower it is, the better it's going to be for a mic. So we'll just leave it at that. Anyhow, with the guitar part, I found them to be virtually identical. It's almost, I at least anyways, myself, have a very hard time distinguishing between which mic is which for that particular purpose. It was very, very subtle, compared to talking. Talking's different. You can hear more. You're working with a different set of frequencies when you're talking over a guitar. There are differences, obviously, right? Easier to spot in talking. Definitely not as easy to spot for some reason in the guitar. It's very subtle, right? So that's kind of like, and we're not even technically miking them up. The mics are pointing up higher. They weren't pointing down toward the guitar sound hole at all. I figured, you know what? If we're going to have them at this angle to talk, we need them at this angle to actually pick up the guitar and see what it does for picking it up. But either one, though, I say is a winner for either side of the fence. If you need that just a little bit of a hint more punch, a little bit more perhaps bass by just a smidge more already, well, then I think the Lewit would win. If you're okay with making your own board adjustments for just a little bit more on the bass, if that's what you need, go with the SM58. Either mic, I think they're pretty much, for the most part, completely tied. There's such a minimal difference between them. It's really kind of your preference. Do you want Shure that's been around since the dog age, or do you want Lewit, which I never did look into Lewit. I don't know how long they've been around, but as far as having a hefty, well-made mic feel in your hand too, and very well made at that, I am definitely pro Shure in that case, right? Lewit feels a little bit more lighter, a little bit more thinner. If I was using these in a handheld situation, I would grab the Shure every single time over grabbing the Lewit. That's just me, right? Now, the other thing you have to take into consideration is sideways projection, okay? How do they do on the sideways projection? So I think we can check that out, and then you can give me your opinion. I'm not going to give you mine, but we're going to turn these things on their sides, and this is going to be the interesting part because I want to get them both up around the same. So we'll just jack up the height of this one. Sorry about the banging. Let me just cut the mic off for a second. Okay, so right now this is the Shure mic, and this is capturing audio from the side. Okay, and we're going to switch over in a minute to the Lewit mic, but I want to give you a little bit of yickety yak here on the Shure, so you can kind of get a really good feel for the sound difference. You're going to probably want to wind back the video a little bit in order to listen to the frontal view again for talking, see what that's like for you. But let's switch over now to the Lewit. And now we're just on the Lewit, and let me know what kind of a sound difference you can hear. Okay, is the Lewit a good side pickup mic to you, or is the Shure better? It's kind of a thing where you gotta develop your own opinion on this, right? And it is sometimes hard. You've got to really super listen for the bass, mids, and trebles in a person's voice. Now, like I said, the gains are the same, the faders are the same, including the EQ is all 12 o'clock, bass, mid, and treble, all up at 12 o'clock. So, this keeps everything fair and even, right? So, in all that being said, let me know what you guys think about this portion, okay? I know what I think and what I feel about the frontal view, okay? I have my own ideas as far as side view goes. I was told by the guy at Long McQuaid that the Lewit is not as great at picking up from a side view than what the Shure would be. And, I would probably tend to agree with him because of the designs of the capsules are completely different, etc. It would only make sense that the Lewit would be its weakest link would be its side view pickup. But then again, it's actually kind of hard to say, so I want you guys to make up your decision on that one and let me know in the comments below. At a later date, I will actually give my opinion on what I think. I already know which one of these that I'm going to end up purchasing, and I'm keeping myself for now, okay? Because we might as well make that a surprise for you anyhow. But in the meantime, and it's not about the money either, because I can afford either one of them, I just have a preference on one for what I need them to be able to do. And side view is not one of them, okay? So I'm kind of not counting any side view problems because I won't be in any situation where I'll need that side view out of either mic. So I have to look at it from that part. I'm looking at sound quality, how much messing around do I have to do with EQing, and for a few things that I have in my tree for during 2024. So like I said, I'm making a lot of changes on the channel, especially with audio gear, but other things as well. So yeah, I know where I'm sitting with it. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.